Hey, hey, y'all. It's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. Come on in. We are gonna make a cross today. I was trying to come up with something else, but it wasn't coming together. So, like, All right. I've got y'all. Let me get you pulled up on my phone. All right, I've got you on my phone. We are good to go, y'all. Hello, hello. Say hey when you come in. Let me know you're here. So we are doing the cross today, and I'm still on my Logitech. So the view is going to be a little bit different, so I apologize. It's not the greatest view, but we do what we have to do, right? So I am using this white yarn with this amazing ribbon. I love this ribbon. I got it last year from Craft Outlet. I do remember that. And I didn't use it. So I was like, this would be perfect for a Christmas cross. Because, look, we all have different colors and those kinds of things that we decorate for Christmas in. So y'all tell me as we're going, what colors do y'all do for Christmas? Are you one of those that has every color? Or are you just a red and white fan like I am with a touch of black? Or do you like blues or what color do y'all use for Christmas? Um, so this is what we're going to do. But first, we all know what today is. It is Friday. So everybody stand up, get off the couch, get out of the bed. Because it's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday. You do traditional? I am a red and white girl. So if you have not followed me for long, you will see all of my Christmas stuff. Hello, hello. You did pink. All right, so let me bring y'all down. Get you the best view. Best view, I can't talk. You love all the colors? Not your tablet? Well, I still don't have my tablet back. That's why I'm on my phone. Or that's why I'm having to go live from actually Facebook and not my Mevo. Because my Mevo on my phone says, you cannot do that. I was like, why not? Okay, so I am going to start here at the base. And as you can see my layout, here, 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 every other is where I'm going to attach our ribbon. Okay, so it'll be attached here, here, and then the same on all of the sides. Okay. Hello, hello. So I am gonna grab a zip tie. So zip ties, if you've not used these boards before, you take your zip tie, the flat end of the zip tie goes up to the ceiling, and you go down one set of hole, one hole, and right up the next. And because we are adding these in, I am going to leave them open. So I am going to go ahead and load our every other. You did Tiffany blue and silver. Awesome. Hello. If y'all would float my boat, I would appreciate it. Okay, now I do have my glue gun on because I'm thinking when we get to the middle, I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. As one of you called us, we are the Wing It Gang, because I wing everything, right? And I love that. I may have to do that in a t-shirt, because I think that would be awesome. So we're just going to scrunch our ribbon, add our yarn right down here at the bottom, so we get a good start, get it secured. You just got your challenge box. Awesome. You do snowman? Now I used to do the multicolored, because you know when the kids are all in school, they always bring home those handmade items. So you kind of feel like you have to put them on all on your tree. So I never really had a theme, except it was just multicolored, you know. But now that my kids are older, the last few years, I've been able to do like a themed tree. So I was excited. Now my kids didn't necessarily like it because, you know, they still wanted their stuff up on the tree. But I compromised and kept their stockings and those kinds of things. Okay, so we are down here. So all I'm going to do is start wrapping. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this, y'all. This is chunky yarn. I'm on a chunky yarn. What do you call it? Actually, you know what I'm going to do here, y'all? Let me redo this. And I'm actually going to attach it to the back. That way I can wrap this around and I don't have to worry about it, worry about hiding it, because it will already be hidden. So we'll just bring this to the back and go just like that. There we go. All right. And actually, I'm going to cut this in strips too, because I can already see I'm going to be cussing in a minute. So let's just cut it. You did a different thing for each room. Hello, hello. Okay. So let's go ahead and start wrapping. Actually, I think, y'all know I'm winging it. So I think I'm going to put a bead of glue and get that nice and tight. If I can get my glue gun up here. Hey, hey, hey. And just kind of cover this bottom. There we go. That way we have a nice straight bottom there. I did do the Friday dance. You have the Pioneer Woman. All right, now we're just going to start wrapping it. So I'm thinking, let's just turn this. Aha. All right, so we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it lines up with that set of holes. So we're going to bring our ribbon back and do 4. So 4 is going to be our magic number on these, I believe. 2, 3, 4. Bring our ribbon down. And attach it. I'm actually thinking, hold on, maybe we don't need to do that. Maybe I'll just attach it here at the top. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4. One, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it down. Ooh, I'm liking this. What do y'all think? We've got our 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Four. And I don't want it tight, tight. You haven't been crafting. Why? 2, 3. So we are up here at the top. Let's see. So I don't necessarily, because we're still going to have a bow here in the middle, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And we're going to attach it. Okay, so just finding our hole. Here's a fun thing about me is I love crosses. So I have crosses in every one of my rooms. So some of them have flowers, some of them are all wood, some have, so my bedroom is burgundy, my walls are burgundy, and that room, my bedroom and my bathroom are all palm trees. So my cross in my bedroom is palm trees in the middle of it. So I love crosses. And I never really knew that my grandmother loved crosses as well until I started going into her house. Now, I knew she loved crosses, but not like I do, you know. So it was really neat to see all the crosses Grandma had as we were cleaning out her house. All right, so we're going to attach this to the back, just like we did at the bottom. So just like that. Yes, crafting is going to be my therapy for quite a while, I think. I wasn't able to craft for a couple weeks, so I am happy to be back doing what I love. So I'm just going to take a strip of glue right there on the end and cover up that end. I did. I brought one of her crosses home. She loved, what are those tiny hummingbirds. So she collected hummingbirds. So I brought a few of her porcelain hummingbird plates and those kinds of things. So I actually should have done that a little bit different. Hold on. See, I get to talking. I should bring this up and then glue it. Crosses, Halloween, and candy corn. That's it. That is the way to my heart. And then we'll see. I'm figuring out easier ways as we get this going. So, all right. So now we're going to do, so I ran a bead of glue to hold that piece. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and cut this. And I got my grandmother's wedding ring set. So that meant so much more to me than anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring that down. 1, 2, and 3. Cut that off. You love hummingbirds as well. Yeah, it was awesome. It was. And I put it right on, so it will never come off. All right, so we're going to do all of these the same way. Cut us a piece. I am her only, no. She's got a great-granddaughter. She's got 2 great-granddaughters. But I am the oldest. And I was her favorite. Just kidding. No, I really was. No, I'm kidding. Do something like this on the triangle board. You know? You could do it. What about a green loopy yarn tree? No, it wouldn't be loopy yarn. You could do the green chunky yarn, like a regular Christmas tree green. And you know how I did, if you've watched my lives from last year, you know how I would do bridges down? You could do it like this, going down your tree. Does that make sense? Deb. Does that give you an idea? I also have, I got, somebody emailed me yesterday, and let's bring this up, and wanted me to do a Dean Michael fold on the Dollar Tree pumpkin frame, like a pumpkin. So I will do that. I love when y'all send me ideas. Yep, you could definitely add lights to it. Can you find green yarn? Yes. It just depends on what kind of green you're looking for. But it doesn't even have to be. You could do like a little girl one with white chunky yarn. Add you, like I did last year with the boas. Do it with a purple on top, kind of in the same way. Or the multicolored pastels for a little girl's Christmas tree. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you think a red and navy ribbon on each edge? Yeah, it should work. Yeah, y'all want me to do that pumpkin? Hello, hello. Hello. All right, let's cut this. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. This weekend, I will be spending most of the weekend getting caught up on orders that I am way, way behind on. But maybe I'll find some time and we'll do that pumpkin this weekend. We'll see. I'm not guaranteeing, but I'll try. How about that? If not, I will definitely do it next week. So I'll go through and we'll kind of tack these edges down so it doesn't look like it's sticking out. How you doing this, Senna? We'll see when I get there. That's why I'm the wing it girl. I have no idea till I get there. I brought my glue gun in. Oh, you're so welcome. Y'all, I have to. I have to go live. You know how something happens and you just got to stay busy. And that's what I need to do right now is stay busy. You're new to my page? Well, welcome. I am Michelle from Monkey's Creations. So if you have any questions, let me know. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will also probably go in and put a little glue right here to tack these two pieces together. See, I'm figuring out the hard part for y'all. That way y'all can just throw it together and be good. Where did you see it? Where did I see what? Yep, you could definitely use the 2.5 inch, and it would because this base is a little bit bigger, it would show more, but I'm gonna add this into the bow. All right, so let's clean up all these edges. So I'm not wanting these super tight. So before I tack these down, I can still adjust them. All right, so I'm going to tack these down directly to the board. I'm going to cut them just a little so that I can still get to my holes, so that I can attach our bow. And I just dripped glue right there. So I'm going to let it dry. So I'm just going to run a little bit of glue here to attach those on all 4 edges. Why I'm so shaky. Could you do this on the ring board? I've done this on the ring board, Marlene, with using a clock in the middle. So I used pink chunky yarn with the yellow ribbon and then a flamingo clock right in the middle. So it is on my YouTube channel. That end down just a little bit more. So I let that glue piece dry. So all I have to do is just snip it off now, and you won't even be able to tell. There we go. Okay, now our bow is going right here in the middle, but I don't want to be able to see the board just in case my bow doesn't cover it up. So what I'm going to do is just take a few pieces and we're going to glue them and fill those holes. That's what I'm thinking. So just a little bit of glue. And fill in our middle. Yep, you could put a picture there for sure. This is called Chunky Yarn, and this is the crossboard from Unique in the Creek. How you was going to do that? I was too. So there are a few of you who are new to watching me, so I really pretty much just wing it. So when you see me on here, generally it's a design I've never done before. And I literally wing it, y'all. So we kind of figured it out as we go. So I don't always know how I'm going to do something, but we usually figure it out. All right, last piece. And I'll still be able to get to my holes. And our senna is covered. Voila! All right, so let me get this stuff out of our way. Get my glasses back on, and let's make a bow. But I want to see how big or how small, or even how I want to do this. So our middle is pretty blank here, so I don't have to worry about covering anything up, but I still want to make sure that I don't cover up enough that you lose the cross shape. So let's see. How big that is. So 5 inches. So we're going to start off at a 5-inch loop. I'm leaving my tails extra long because I want them kind of cascading off. So 5-inch. And I'm still going to do the 3, 2, 1. So we're going to do 3 loops, and then 2 loops, and then 1 loop. I just jerked that. So 5-inch. Thanks. This is 1.5 inch. So I'm doing the 1.5 inch on the bottom, and then I'm going to bring in the 2.5 and then end back off with the 1.5. So still my typical bow, but a smaller version. All right, get our long tails. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the gorgeous ornament. It's 4-inch. Actually, I'm going to stay. Let's do it all 5 inches. What about a nativity scene sign in the center? That would be absolutely beautiful. You could even do this in the more natural ribbon or natural chunky yarn if you wanted more of a wood colored cross. Now I'm going to say this 2.5 inch ribbon is not the best, y'all. I'm not going to lie. But we'll see what it looks like when we get it done. Did you cut your hair? I did. You know, and it's so funny because when I was at Dre's, we were talking, and the only time I really cut my hair off is when I was pregnant. And she's like, well, better not see some short hair. And then I don't know what I was doing, but I was sick of it. It just wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. And I just went to whacking. Now, I didn't cut it as short as I did when I was pregnant. Because when I was pregnant, it was like just below my ear short. So this one, it still touches my shoulders. So not as short, but it's still short. And I'm not pregnant. All right, coming back with our 1.5, and I'm going to stay at the 5 inch. And we're just going to see what this looks like. Not this girl. The 911 with the red, white, and blue? Absolutely. All right, so let's see what the ribbon looks like. I'm frozen. I'm sorry. It still looks good on my end. So maybe go out and come back in. Well, she can't. I'm frozen, so I guess she doesn't know what I'm saying. Oh, she's back. All right, we're good. Okay, it's not the greatest ribbon, but it is holding its loop. So I'm good with that. Now if I had, now I am going honestly with a bigger bow than I would normally go, and let me tell you why. Because it's covering up money. If this was covered in pine picks and berries and all the things, then my bow wouldn't be so big. I'd get smaller because I don't want to cover up money, right? So I can go with a bigger bow since we have a pretty plain cross, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? All right, so there's our bow. We'll get it fixed up more once we get it on our board. So I am going to we're going to go for the 2 holes at the top. Let's see how hard it is for me to find them. All right, hold on. Glasses off. All right. There's one. And there's 2. Whew. Okay, so I went in the upper 2. And then you can do the same thing here. Hold on, let me show you. And I know I'm smushing my bow to show y'all this. Okay, so I'm just going to twist it a couple times. And then you can use this as your hanger. So just like we did yesterday, bring your 2 ends together, twist them, wrap them around that pipe cleaner, and you have a built-in hanger. There you go. So you can hang it right from there. Okay. Now we have a smushed bow. All right, so let me play with our tails. So I'm just going to cut these on a diagonal. Now I may end up cutting these shorter if our tails don't hang right. But we'll see how they curl. Okay. You can, Virginia, please. Okay, and then I'm just gonna stretch them out, and it is holding really well, which surprises me, but we'll see how this one is the one I'm worried about. Okay. I'm okay with that. It's actually holding. Let me add. It does. I'm actually impressed with how well it's holding that curl, because it didn't act like it was going to hold. Now, if you wanted, you could always bring this ribbon right here over just a little bit. And I think if I was to make this one again, I would. So there you go. You can still see the cross shape because you don't want to hide that shape, y'all. Color if you wanted. Totally up to you. So relatively inexpensive. I may have used maybe $5 in yarn because I know I didn't use the whole skein. And maybe $6 to $8 in ribbon, and you're bored. But I love that blue. And on this one, you could always use that 2.5 inch instead of the 1.5 inch. That would totally work on this one because your base is a little bit wider. Okay. Let me get that. A little bit of glue right there. Any questions? Are blue, teal, and silver? Thanks. All right, y'all, so I am giving this away. The only thing is I am on actually live from Facebook. So if I go out to go to comment pickup, I will lose y'all. So what I'm going to do is actually end this live, and then I'll go live from my phone angled to my computer. That way y'all can see the winner. Okay. So all you have to have done is comment on this live. So you've got a couple minutes while I sit here and chit chat to comment if you haven't commented, if you want a chance to win this cross. Okay. So I will give you a couple minutes to comment. And if you would share, I would appreciate it. Where did you get the ribbon? The ribbon did come from Craft Outlet. And although I wasn't sure because it is very thin, y'all know anytime you get the silky ribbon, it usually doesn't hold up really well. But this one actually held that curl, which I'm impressed by because I didn't think it was gonna, but it did. Red, you could do red and white. Absolutely. Let's see, do I have? Oh, red. All my reds are on that side. So you could definitely do like a candy cane theme. That would look gorgeous with some, and I have them in the other room with some red and white poinsettias coming out of your bow in the middle. Super cute. This is made on the crossboard. My hair is cute. You like it? I'm by no means a hairdresser, so I literally just went in and started whacking. My daughter said, "Don't look from the back." I was like, "Okay." All right, y'all. Yeah, that red is perfect. I might have to make another. Oh, thanks, Virginia. Yep, you could do a cardinal for sure. Absolutely. So many ideas. And that's why I go live, y'all. I want to share with y'all how to do some of these simple things. Um, I mean, and most of them aren't hard. Y'all can do these. Just watch my videos and create. And I mean, I'm just giving you ideas. Y'all take it and run with it and make them your own. Or you can copy me. I don't care. I could care less. All right, y'all. So I'm going to end this live and then I will go live from my phone and we'll pick a winner for this cross. All right. So see you in a couple minutes. Bye, y'all.